Welcome back to you for another very special and very yummy update, my friends. So today, Bitcoin, of course, holding around the same price. The month of Marwai is finally here. Just checking out a lot of the PulseChain altcoin prices are here. They're moving around a couple of percents up and down. Nothing really much to report out here. Remember, we all know, we all understand. It all comes down to that business cycle. And Ethereum is reflected from that. OTHERS-btc, remember friends, I've just been using this monthly chart. Man, I hope we finally freaking get a stupid green one. But how big can the green one even really be? We've got some jitters, I guess, to work through. Once again, there's always jitters, isn't there, out there in the economy. But what's happening in crypto? What is actually happening in crypto? Well, it's kind of funny, friends. There's this picture here. This is Ansem, and then this is the girl from, if you remember, the Prostitute Cabal. I don't know what they're doing hanging around. Maybe they're shit. I think they're involved in some coin together. I've been hearing about something called House Coin. Has no sense. Oh, here she is from that. So if you remember, friends, right, these people, they're resurrected. They're erected to, I guess, you know, like popular status out here, and they all have followings. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's looking, you can have popularity and everything, but it's tough to make coins go up and stay up. Okay, so there's always a network effect around them who are willing to trade things. A lot of people get salty when it comes to them just because they're really popular, but you shouldn't have that attitude, man. It is what it's like. Someone's going to be main character, right? And ultimately, like, I just want to have some fun here as well. So I don't know why he's holding a man purse. That's why it says, look, this comment just appeared right under him. Gearing up for another round of making fun of Dubai, plus crypto, Twitter, scam culture, plus men who wear purses, plus broke scammer KOLs, fake flexing in the desert, plus the UK crypto scammer haircut. I think that's the bowl haircut with the fades on the side. Plus crypto Twitter thoughts spawning in Dubai, you know, rolls like we don't know how. So obviously making fun here, but who cares, man? There's this social commentary and stuff out here, man. It's not the end of the world, man. Like, we are here to make it. We just need the cycle to continue. All these people are going to come out of the woodwork. You're not going to see them where they're going to come from. You don't know who they are. There'll be new faces. There are new characters that are going to appear. Okay, that replace the stories of the old as well. The same Soylana hotel cuck chair guys are getting rinsed in the sewer drain. They won't stop as long as Sol has a bid. This lasts until the end of the cycle or whenever there's a liquidity rotation shock. So that's it. You just don't know when the liquidity rotation shock is. If you're curious as well, friends, I actually have the real number. So Soylana have about 150,000 daily PumpFun users. So that's how many people are like circling the drain. But they're only there as long as Sol has a bid. Now, Sol's not going to go to zero or anything, but it's just showing you that when it comes to Sol, the Sol BTC ratio is pretty much keeping everything together, which I can actually just show you right now. Sol BTC, but actually is lowering down. You just don't know how long these things go for. As well, they're all short-term. Everybody's short-term, like just totally short-term mercenary and stuff out here. But like, I mean, like, I don't blame them, do you? Because nothing holds a bid anyway. So like, of course they're going to be short-term, right? It's just adapting to the market. Remember, friends, as well. So Richard Hart did this post out here. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I say the egg. Whichever chicken was the first, it popped out of an egg first. What say you? So a lot of people, having a lot of fun with this post. So his post, friends, is actually referring to Interpol and the PulseChain and PulseX sacrifices, okay? So the translation, pretty much Richard set up a chicken, which is a charity entity, which laid the eggs, okay? The PulseChain sacrifices, you know, or you could just play around, whatever. So pretty much the Interpol notice, okay, remember, friends, the Interpol notice was issued by the Estrogen Union's fat lactating man boobs, the bureaucrats, okay? It's bogus and it'll be dropped soon, okay? So you obviously know this. So that's, it's pretty much what he's saying. And remember, the Interpol notice was only relying on the corrupt SEC. So the corrupt SEC obviously lost to Richard Hart in court. And that's pretty much it. That's why he made a lot of posts saying he's planning for the future. He's preparing for the future. Okay, so that's pretty much implies, friends. While you and I were playing with our Game Boys, Richard Hart was assuming, oh, if I raise money in a sacrifice, maybe some government is going to think that that money's theirs. So what should I do? I know, make it a charity. What did rich people do? Okay, the wealthy people, he's a wealthy person, right? So they make a charity. It's a non-taxable event because you set it up in a country, you know, using a trust or whatever, where you don't have to pay any taxes. And yeah, that's just how it works out here. In fact, there's loopholes all around the world that do this. They just stop the loopholes when too many people do it. Now that he's done that, I wonder what happened. It's interesting to see. Also, this Easter egg as well. P tokens. I wonder what will happen next. Everything is pretty much cheap in the ecosystem as well, friends. So, Pulse, PLS, we had one green monthly candle, but that's because we went so far bad down in March. We need to pretty much get back to sack price. I think no one's interested unless we get back to sack price. But if the Interpol is removed, maybe Richard Hart has higher odds of streaming. That's why here is Pepe holding a chicken. Hugging the chicken out here. So the Finland government is not owed taxes, friends. That's the whole basis of that Interpol. And there's some like some BS thing about some 16-year-old kid. Or like I said, I'll literally slap the kid myself. You're trying to FUD and make up stuff about the founder of my bags to try to make 250,000 people poorer. Okay, dude. Okay. Well, you got to be taught a lesson as well. Now, remember, friends, I've been telling you about Stablecoin SuperCycle. Okay, this is why it's unique because PulseChain, if the prophecies are true. Don't know if they're true, no crying in the casino. If the pDAI prophecies are true, then it would make it very fitting for the story. Remember, Ripple is said to have offered to buy stablecoin rival Circle. Ripple offered $4 billion to $5 billion for Circle. Circle said to have rejected the Ripple bid as it's too low. It's all kind of bullshit. I'm pretty... Ripple only have $1.1 billion on cash. How are they going to buy it? They're like, hey, take some XRP tokens. Just jump on our community like we do. It's kind of funny, though, because XRP's in the fourth cycle, though. You have a strong army out here, and they're still pumping away. So, it's very inspirational to know that even Ripple doing this, Ripple is like backwards in tech, slow to adapt, copy-paste everything after 3 to 4 years, and they're actively dumping, and they have a big ivory tower office. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Literally, the network effect still grows. They literally still grow. Just showing you that the potential is unlimited with all of us. We can win. We literally can. We will win. We will all win. Ripple have $1 billion in cash. The rest is poop tokens minted for free. Also, funny shout out to my friend Mr. Turkey. Do you know what coin doesn't have a mint function? DWB. So actually, let's check that out. Let's check out some nice DickWifButt as well. All the altcoins are cheap, friends, on PulseChain. DickWifButt's only at 650K market cap because Pulse itself is low. This is DWB as well. Even checking out the Pulse price. Yeah, man, everything is really, really, really low. Look, it's still in the box. Actually went below the box. Out here, well, I think a ratio of 1 will be the dickening. That'll be amazing if we can get that out here. Yeah, these things are cheap as crap. Cheap as crap. But when will they wake up? Well, you need Pulse to wake up. When does Pulse wake up? I guess when Ethereum wakes up. When does Ethereum wake up? When the business cycle is ready to continue on through. Also, this came out from earlier, friends. This is how much electricity is needed to mine 1 Bitcoin. I know these numbers are quite buried. This is quite wild, friends. Look at this, USA, $107,000 to mine a Bitcoin. Brazil, $99,000. China's $50,000. I think if I zoomed up on here, Italy is like $300,000 for some reason. Italy. So you have Russia, $39,000 to mine a Bitcoin. Romania, $117,000. Wow, man. Sweden, $160,000. Man, that's really expensive. What the hell is going on? So that's why a lot of the Bitcoin criticisms from, say, Ethereum camp and everyone out here, they're saying, look, man, you're not paying enough inflation for Bitcoin. I know you never want to change your policy, but there's not enough activity on the chain to justify these fees. So something's going to have to break somewhere. So Bitcoin mining issues might start sooner than we think because the price is not catching up to previous cycle pumps. I've shown you diminishing chart pictures and stuff out here. My friend, Mr. Sun Surfer, Ethiopia and Iran is the place to be. He's Mr. Pete Chad Sailor. I'm back, amigo. Peter Parker, Bush did 9/11 Kirby is the real PulseChain. So you didn't have to say it. You didn't have to say it like that. PulseChain is the real PulseChain. Okay, they'll figure it out. They will figure it out. As well, so just to let you know, friends, remember it's a meme coin. It's part of the skits conspiracy coin sector out here. Even more skits conspiracy as well, just to talk about skits. So we have Ticker PulseChain, which is like Ticker Bitcoin. And it really does work because I remember KDP, Doxexologist, a lot of PulseChain KOLs get really upset at Ticker PulseChain. They all really hate it because they don't hate the fact that they're saying PulseChain and they're like, no, I don't want to shill altcoins, but then they are. That's why it's funny. It's skits. It's skits. Also, another skits ecosystem we had was Leonidas ecosystem. Shout out to everybody there. There's been some deep conspiracies, friends. I don't want to show you too much of the tweets. I want this kind of to go away in case it's true because someone's been digging into Herman, the founder, And they kept digging and digging and digging. And then Herman was a Herman Schueler who lived in the same state as Richard Hart, who grew up. Some other weird, spooky stuff as well. And someone went digging and digging and digging, and then they just deleted their account. And they came back on another alt account, and they said, hey, it's me. I was the one who was revealing all this info. I ended up researching, they're talking about Herman. He says, I spoke to him, and it was like, we went through, I was thinking about this the other week. I was actually thinking like, oh yeah, how do people actually speak to Richard Hart? Official Richard Hart. How do they actually go speak to him? And then end up saying it's like, you get like a link and then another link, and you go through something called Pingin or something. You go something out here and then you sign an NDA. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would totally be Richard. It's like, hey, send you through the labyrinth in case you're some sort of scam or troll or anything, giving you information. There's like filters to go through. And he pretty much said he contacted someone, spoke to him on the phone, and the guy said to him, I think it was him. He goes, it was him. He said to him, hey, it's all in good hands. Stop researching. Stop investigating. Just stop. Don't waste your time. And then, yeah. And I think also it moved on to a pDAI pick. I forgot how the story is. Just to tell you, man. So this Herman thing, remember friends, from the Leonidas ecosystem, which is just the Poseidon thing. Some people said to me, but if Herman's actually Richard, why did he go make this labyrinth skits ecosystem? And look, I don't know, but it could be if he's working with Maria James and James did all the liquidity bonding stuff. Maybe he was like, you know what, let me go try it. Let me just do some stuff and move money around, see how people react in real time. Do they do something? Let's bond some stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you that it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, okay? So it's kind of funny as well. So Bitcoin miner and the issues, friends, I was just showing you here. I remember how we got this conversation from Skits Ecosystems. Okay, it's beautiful, isn't it? Where are we going from here, friends? Well, obviously, hopefully we do finish another green. We haven't even had, this is the sad part, friends, just like what to expect. And we're so jaded and stuff here, but we have not had more than one green month for altcoins in a row. Look at that. The last time we had it was November and December of 2023, and that was it. Can you believe it? We have not had more than one green in a row. Always red, 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 red. We had 5 red in a row. My gosh. So it is what it is. Let's see what happens. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.